Hi everyone, welcome back to USA Ride Waves. Today we're diving deep into one of the most iconic motorcycles out there, the 2025 Royal Enfield Classic 350. It's a machine that celebrates vintage style, old-school charm, and an authentic riding experience, all while offering a surprisingly modern backbone. Whether you're a cruiser enthusiast, a beginner rider looking for something reliable, or just someone who appreciates the soul of motorcycling, this one's worth your attention. So, let's ride into what makes the 2025 Classic 350 such a standout in the market and why it could be the perfect addition to your garage. Let's begin with first impressions. When you look at the 2025 Classic 350, you don't just see a motorcycle, you see a piece of history. It looks like it time-traveled from the 1950s, bringing all the best parts of that era's motorcycle styling with it. That teardrop-shaped tank, the generous use of chrome, the single-piece sprung seat, and that timeless round headlamp, it all comes together beautifully. For 2025, Royal Enfield hasn't changed much visually, but that's on purpose. The Classic 350 thrives on nostalgia, and any radical redesign would risk losing what people love most about it. Still, there are subtle refinements. The paint quality has improved, the badging has a slightly sharper finish, and the wiring is tucked away more cleanly than in previous models. The 2025 Classic 350 is available in a variety of color schemes, from stealthy matte blacks to bright, retro-inspired shades like halcyon green and chrome bronze. In person, these bikes pop each finish giving off a different mood, whether you're going for something understated or you want your bike to shout vintage pride. But while the looks are classic, the engineering underneath is all 21st street century. At the heart of the 2025 Classic 350 is a 349cc air and oil-cooled single-cylinder engine. It produces around 20.2 horsepower at 6,100 revolutions per minute and 19.9 Nm of torque at 4,000 revolutions per minute. Those might not sound like massive numbers if you're used to sport bikes, but here's the thing. The Classic 350 isn't about speed. It's about feel. This is a bike designed to be ridden and not raced. It's ideal for cruising around town, soaking up the scenery, and connecting with the road in a way few bikes allow. The engine is smooth and responsive, especially compared to older Enfields that had a bit of a reputation for rattles and quirks. The refinement comes from the new J-Series engine platform that Royal Enfield developed recently. It's counterbalanced to reduce vibrations, and when you're out on the road, that makes a huge difference. Whether you're riding for 10 minutes or 2 hours, the bike stays composed. It hums along with a mellow thump that's incredibly satisfying without being obnoxiously loud. That exhaust note, by the way, is a low, rumbling heartbeat, an unmistakable Enfield trademark. Transmission-wise, the 5-speed gearbox is smooth, intuitive, and easy to operate. Clutch action is light, and shifting doesn't require any guesswork. You just click through the gears, and the bike responds. It's friendly for beginners and satisfying for seasoned riders who enjoy the mechanical engagement of a well-tuned machine. Moving on to the chassis, Royal Enfield built the Classic 350 around a new twin down-tube spine frame that significantly improves ride dynamics. You get a planted, stable feeling whether you're riding solo or with a passenger. The front suspension consists of 41mm telescopic forks with 130mm of travel, while the rear gets twin shock absorbers with adjustable preload. The setup is tuned for comfort, soaking up potholes and rough roads with ease. It handles city streets, back roads, and even light gravel with confidence. You won't mistake it for a sport bike in corners, but for a cruiser, it's nimble and composed. Braking is another area where the 2025 Classic 350 impresses. Depending on the variant, you get either single-channel or dual-channel ABS with disc brakes at both ends or a front disc and rear drum in the more budget-focused versions. The braking performance is solid and progressive. It gives you confidence, especially in wet or unpredictable conditions. The lever feel is firm, and the rear brake in particular offers good modulation, which is useful when you're trying to slow down smoothly during casual cruising. Now let's talk about comfort and ergonomics. The seating position is upright and relaxed. You sit in the bike, not on top of it. The handlebars are wide and slightly pulled back, and the foot pegs are mid-mounted. This setup keeps your back straight and your shoulders relaxed, ideal for long, laid-back rides. The seat is generously padded and wide enough for all-day comfort. There's also an optional pillion seat with a backrest if you're planning to ride 2 up regularly. And trust me, passengers love the Classic 350 just as much as the rider does. Instrumentation is simple and elegant. You get an analog speedometer with a small digital inset that displays your odometer, trip meter, fuel level, and clock. It's not a high-tech TFT screen, but it fits the Classic's personality perfectly. In 2025, Royal Enfield also offers the Tripper Navigation Pod as an option. This small circular display connects to your smartphone via Bluetooth and provides turn-by-turn directions powered by Google Maps. It's a welcome addition for urban riders and tourers alike. Another strong point: fuel economy. The Classic 350 sips gas gently, giving you an estimated 85 to 90 miles per gallon, depending on how you ride. With a 3.4-gallon fuel tank, that translates into a range of over 250 miles on a single fill-up. So, whether you're commuting, cruising, or heading out on a weekend trip, fuel stops won't be a frequent concern. Now, let's talk price. In the US, the 2025 Royal Enfield Classic 350 starts at around $4,799 for the base Redditch variant. If you go for the Chrome or Signals editions, you're looking at closer to $5,299. That price includes dual-channel ABS, alloy wheels, and some minor cosmetic upgrades. When you consider what you're getting: a timeless styling, a reliable modern engine, comfort, and a genuine retro riding experience, it's a fantastic value. Very few motorcycles in the American market offer this level of charm and usability at this price point. This bike is especially great for newer riders who want something approachable but not boring. The manageable weight, around 430 pounds weight, makes it easy to handle even at low speeds. The power delivery is predictable and linear, with no sudden surges or intimidating quirks. At the same time, experienced riders often find themselves falling for the Classic's charm. It's not a performance bike, but it has personality. It forces you to slow down, enjoy the ride, and connect with the road in a way that high-performance bikes often overlook. If I had to summarize the riding experience of the 2025 Classic 350 in one word, it would be authentic. Every twist of the throttle, every turn, every gear shift, it's all deliberate and involving. This bike doesn't ride you, you ride it. And in an era of electronic aids, rider modes, and dashboards that look like tablets, the Classic 350's simplicity feels almost rebellious in a good way. There are, of course, a few things to keep in mind. This bike is not built for highway blasting. Sure, it can cruise at 65 to 70 miles per hour, but that's pretty much the upper comfort limit. It's happiest between 40 and 60 miles per hour, which makes it perfect for city commuting, backroad exploring, and weekend joyrides. Also, storage is minimal, though there are plenty of aftermarket options like saddlebags, tank bags, and luggage racks to make it tour-friendly. Build quality has come a long way, but it's still a Royal Enfield, which means you might occasionally have to tighten a bolt or two. But honestly, that's part of the charm. It's a bike that invites you to get your hands a little dirty now and then. So, who is the 2025 Classic 350 for? It's for the rider who appreciates soul over specs. It's for the person who'd rather take the scenic route than the interstate. It's for those who value character in a world full of clones. This isn't just a motorcycle, it's a lifestyle. It makes you want to ride not because you have to, but because you want to. It doesn't scream for attention, yet it turns heads wherever it goes. It invites conversation at gas stations, waves from other riders, and nods from strangers who recognize something special when they see it. If you're watching this and thinking, maybe I should test ride one, I absolutely encourage it. That's when the Classic 350 really wins you over. Sitting on it, feeling the balance, hearing that exhaust, it all comes together in a way that's hard to put into words but easy to feel. Maintenance-wise, Royal Enfield has grown significantly in the US, so parts availability and service support are much better now than they were a few years ago. Most major cities have a dealership or certified service center, and the brand continues to expand its footprint across the country. Plus, because the bike is relatively simple mechanically, it's a dream for DIY riders who like to wrench in their garage. For those who love to customize, the Classic 350 is basically a blank canvas. Royal Enfield offers a wide catalog of official accessories: a bar and mirrors, touring seats, engine guards, fly screens, and more. And there's a thriving community of builders who've turned classics into bobbers, scramblers, and full-on cafe racers. It's a bike that evolves with your vision and your style. In conclusion, the 2025 Royal Enfield Classic 350 isn't about chasing lap times or top speeds. It's about embracing the journey, connecting with the past, and enjoying the purity of motorcycling. For under $5,500, you are getting not just a bike, but an experience, a rolling tribute to heritage that just so happens to be incredibly fun to ride. If you liked this review, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of the Classic 350, or if you've ridden one yourself, what was your experience like? This has been another ride with USA Ride Waves, and until next time, keep your rubber on the road and your spirit in the wind. Would you like a voiceover version or help editing it into a video format with visuals and timing?